a big shot, unless we talking about hip-hop. Bad at TikTok, but I'll make movies like Hitchcock. Challenge Mitch, you'll barely make it like trick shots. Check your wristwatch, it's time for you all to quit. Stop trying me. I'ma be honest, I'm pretty glad no labels eyeing me. I'm independent and I don't want nobody buying me.
Yo, what up everybody, this is Mitch Durrell, and today, this is going to be my second attempt at doing a movie review, reaction, talk. I don't know. Bear with me. Like I said, this is only the second time. I wanted to add this to my repertoire. I see a lot of movies. And I love talking about them. I love tweeting about them. And I was like, I love watching movie reviews, and they're typically a little more structured than what I'm about to do. But I was like, you know what? I have a YouTube channel that I talk about stuff on. So let me just, when I see a movie that I liked or didn't like, get on here and talk about it for 10 minutes, and y'all can comment and give me your thoughts. So again, this is not going to be structured. This is like a pilot, essentially. This is my second time doing this. First one was I forgot the name, Spider-Verse, second one. And I was going to do Flash, but I'm gonna be real, it wasn't worth doing Flash. But today, here's a hint on what it's gonna be about. Last night, I saw the Barbie movie. And not only did I see it late last night, I saw it at 9:15 was the showing. And not only did I see it alone, but I did wear this to the theater. And I'm not exaggerating. The theater I went in was a smaller one. I think it fit about 40 people. When I tell you, I was like one of like 2, maybe 3 men there. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. But I was the odd man out. I might have been the only black man there, and I definitely was one of very few men. But that doesn't bother me. I expected that to be the case. I knew it was going to be a packed theater because I buy my tickets in advance. Shout out to Fandango. They're not paying me, but they should be. But anyway, so I rolled up. I was wearing all black, and I said, the women that are at this movie probably aren't going to be thrilled that there's even a man near them. So let me at least try to match the aesthetic and not wear my typical all black. Let me wear the pink that I own. So I rolled up, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I, going into it, didn't know what to expect fully because, of course, everyone's been talking about the movie, and my initial thought was is this gonna be for kids? Is it obviously Barbie's like a doll. Dolls are for younger. Is it supposed to be geared towards kids or geared towards adults because it's humans, right? And based on what I heard, it definitely sounds like anybody could see it, but it's definitely geared more towards adults. And that is a fact. I had my friend Jenna, that I ate with the day before seeing the movie, and she was like, you need to see this movie. It's a lot of social commentary. There's a lot of conversation going on. You need to see it. And she didn't spoil it for me, so I said, you know what, fine, I'm gonna go see it. Saw it the very next day. Social commentary is 100% the way to describe this movie. It is a movie you can enjoy on its face, I'd say. You can enjoy just sitting and watching it. It is funny. It is something kids can watch, but it 100% is social commentary. 100% has deeper meanings. 100% not even necessarily deeper meanings, just has meanings that it tells you. Hey, this is what this is about. This is what is going on, right? Part of it is kind of disguised there's the Barbie world and the real world, but it's very clear what the message of the movie is. And I feel like a lot of people were like, should I see this? If I'm a Christian, can I see this? Is this a movie that's political? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect going into it. And I'm not gonna go super deep into what my political beliefs are and all this stuff. But I feel like it's a movie that anybody can see and enjoy. I don't really feel like it has any radical points that anybody should disagree with. I mean, to be completely honest, if you disagree with major points in the movie, you might be sexist. They're not saying anything crazy in the film. There's not anything about it's not hating men, although I did make that joke. It's not anti-men. Is just simply kind of using the Barbie world to showcase what women go through in real life. I think it's pretty accurate. Obviously, I'm not a woman, but I have women friends. I've heard all the stuff that was mentioned in the movie is stuff that I have either heard or seen occur to women I know and don't know. So I feel like it's not one of those movies where it's it's propaganda or anything. I feel like it's very enjoyable for anybody. That being said, I do know that there are certain people who might not enjoy the film because they have such extreme views on one side or the other. But let's get past that. Movie is super funny. I laughed the whole time. I kind of felt weird because I went there alone and was busting out laughing alone, but that's me. Ryan Gosling killed it. Margot Robbie killed it. Honestly, everybody acting in it killed it, because you almost forget that it's like they're supposed to be playing like that. You don't forget that they're playing dolls, because they do a good job of that. But they do such a good job acting as it. It's kind of like you fall for it, if that makes sense. You're like, oh yeah, these are dolls that are conscious, right? Will Ferrell's in it. He kills it per usual, hilarious. Issa Rae's in it. I love Issa Rae. Everything she does, she's just so amazing. But yeah, so the acting was really good. The way they navigated kind of the real world and the Barbie world and kind of them intertwining, I think was a good twist. I wasn't exactly sure if the movie was just going to be about, here's what a Barbie's life is like. Like, they did a really good job of intertwining the two. Again, it's really funny. Like, I laughed a lot of times. And I don't think it's just funny for kids. I mean, I laugh at everything, but it was hilarious to me. There's even like deeper innuendos and kind of adult jokes, stuff that kids probably won't pick up on. And I don't necessarily mean adult themed, just like adult jokes that might go over kids' heads that kind of relate to regular life, everyday life. I think it was really, really well put together, honestly. Somebody told me they had it at a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's kind of low. I mean, I don't think it's the best movie I've ever seen in my life, but it was enjoyable. I would see it again. It was very funny. It had good points to make. It did it in a decent way, a good way. So I'd at least give it like a 7.5 out of 10, and that's off of one watch, just seeing it yesterday. It's a movie that I'm still thinking about. Somebody told me that today. One of my coworkers said she's still thinking about it, and that's a sign of a good movie, where you're just kind of like, oh yeah, and that one part, and like, oh yeah, and this, and I missed this. Like, I think there's a lot of that in the movie. But again, overall, solid film. I think a movie that anybody can see, kids, adults. Really enjoyable. I personally didn't, like I said, I didn't think it was some super radical, like, people have been afraid that, like, oh, is this gonna teach my kids that men are evil? Like, I don't think it tells you anything that's untrue about how society is. Ta-da. That's the only way I can put it. It's not coming up with something out of thin air. Like, I think it's pretty true to reality. And it kind of tackles it in a nice way, in a good way, creative way, a fun way, if you can believe it, through the lens of a Barbie doll, right? So I thought it was a good movie. I would see it again. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10 as of right now. I still got to see Oppenheimer. Sorry to bring that up in here, but they marketed the movies together, and that's something I'll talk about once I see Oppenheimer. But solid film. Would see it again. Recommend wearing pink when you go. Recommend, if you're a guy, to maybe try to find a girl to go with. But if not, you'll probably be okay. Just don't be sexist. Appreciate y'all a ton. I truly do. Let me know what your thoughts are of the movie if you've seen it, or what, if you had any fears about seeing, any questions you got for me. Again, this has been 8 minutes of me just kind of rambling, and this is probably what my movie reviews are going to be. I just can't think of another way of doing it. This is just me talking to you as if I saw it and talked to a friend, like, hey, you see Barbie? Hey, da, da, da. I didn't want to go through the whole plot of it or anything, just in case, but like, yeah, thanks for watching. If you did. If you didn't, I don't blame you. If you're like, where are your music reactions? What is this? Then I don't blame you either. Appreciate y'all a ton. I truly do. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Praise God. Go see the Barbie movie. Peace.